technical issues. Mark, Rob, and Pratt actually all worked on those as well. So good day today. Thank you for watching. Tomorrow's going to be another one, man. We're getting into bank earnings, inflation data. Should be a good one. Without any further ado, let's throw it over to Pratt. Thank you to everybody. Thanks, Bears vs. Bulls, and everybody for watching. Talk to everyone tomorrow at 8:30. Ciao.
Welcome back, everyone, to another segment of Trader TV Live. It is the after hours, the after party. We're going to have a lot of fun here, as we always do, looking at everything that moved today, preparing for everything that might move tomorrow, and looking at everything that moving in the after hours at the moment. Sadly, no real earnings plays. I think I also have to click this button, and then we'll check if it worked by going here. So let's see. Hey, it did. And Brendo's actually heading out. So we'll come back to this one. Brendo's taking off his mic over there. But yeah, looks like that TV button works. So thank you, Fabian, for making that switch over there. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to look at all the movers today, such as the banks, some of the EV sector, especially the Chinese EV sector. We'll also look at the American EV sector, such as like Rivian, Lucid, and Tesla real quick. But I think the Chinese EV sector was a little bit more in play today. And a couple other stocks from our watch list. Randomly in the day, middle of the day, we saw gaming sector come into play a little bit. So we'll take a look at the gaming sector. Coinbase up at $90. What are we talking about? So we'll take a look at Coinbase. Some honorary mentions on the watch list over here, such as Sofi, Palantir, and Roku. We gotta look at Roku today. That Shopify deal helped them boost up 10% or so. So we'll take a look at Roku too. And people in the chat talking about the real Slim Shadys in the house. Yeah, I appreciate that, everyone. Thanks for the love. You know, I'm a man of my word. I promised you guys I would do something. I did it. Let's actually take a look at it right now. You know, with the blue background, kind of look like a J Balvin or a Maluma, you know? Like a Spanish artist, maybe. I could start busting out some lyrics over here. I'm out here. But chat's feeling the more Cisco and the Slim Shady vibe, so I like it. We can go either directions, you know? J Balvin, baby, exactly. J Balvin, man. Please stand up. I could, but I'm not the real Slim Shady. People saying Justin Bieber, they see Slim Shady. All right. I love it. Just know that Platinum Prizzy is back. We are in the house, and let's have some fun. Prad Bunny. Okay, stop it, chat. Stop it. You're gonna make me die over here from laughter. Okay. The first one on board I have over here is EV stocks such as Rivian and Tesla, because they seem to be moving in the after hours slightly, not too much. The scanners are picking them up because they're moving with volume in the after hours. So let's actually hide this one a little bit, and we'll see this scanner instead, see which stocks are actually moving around with maybe, you know, just start moving around randomly. Here's a stock that's moving around pretty drastically to the downside. Not too much volume though, but dropped about $3. H. What does H even do? It's hotels. Okay, hotels getting hurt at the moment. Not sure if this is an earnings play. Don't see the earnings date. Nope, don't see the earnings date. So, like I said, no real earnings movers. So some of these movers just might be random movers happening without volume. Thanks. That's why we are going to look at some of the stocks that we have on the watch list, such as, why don't we start with the banking sector. JP Morgan getting an upgrade today, coming out with a solid move to the upside. I think they ended up being 1.5%. Yeah, 1.5% to the upside right here, as you guys can see. Getting an upgrade from Jefferies. I think their price target also was right here. If you go to our Trader TV watch list, do exclamation mark watch list, right back into that 160, 170 ranges, expecting for JP Morgan. Here's the daily chart. If you look at it, all of this down move, you know, I keep talking about this down move, how it wasn't really their fault, and it wasn't, right? All this down move was Silvergate Bank and Silicon Valley getting hurt. So we expect this bank now, after especially banks passing stress tests, to start reverting back to the upside, and we are seeing a little bit of you know, that action coming into play. The 100-period EMA now on the lower side than the 50-period EMA, successfully kind of changing that over here, and indicating that the trend has been changed for a little bit, and we almost changed the trend back again around here, but we held that trend right back to the upside for JP Morgan and Associates. Expecting 150 maybe not tomorrow, but we are expecting a move towards 150 and a break of 150 very soon. So I'll be looking forward to see how JP Morgan pans out in the next coming days. Tomorrow being Thursday, CPI day, very important day. If CPI comes out, you know, less hot than expected, lower than expected, then maybe CPI actually helps out JP Morgan rip past 150 or rip towards 150 at the very least, and we'll take some good trades off of that one. So we'll watch JPM and other friends on the same basket, such as Bank of America, maybe even TD Bank is something to take a look at. For you Canadian traders out there, I like to take a look at TD Bank. XLF, make sure you're trading or looking at XLF if you are trading banks without doubt. So if you don't look at XLF, you're gonna get hurt. JP Morgan is the first stock on my watch list over here because I wanted to trade it today, but I just didn't find a position to enter. But maybe tomorrow we'll be able to get into that. The next stock over here that I'm going towards is going to be the Chinese EV sector. We actually traded this one today. We played the short side for NIO, long side for NIO. We got hurt. The stock hurt a little bit off the open. Stopped trading it, moved on to it. Clearly, it did not want to go to the higher side. I'll show you the intraday move at the moment real quick. Here's the intraday move. Dropped off the open, trapped the longs off the 11, and pushed to the downside. There was some size at 10.97 off the open, and I was expecting the stock to, you know, just rip through that 10.97, go through that level, start maybe trading through 11, and just be an amazing long on the day, especially how the stock traded the day before that around $10. But we missed out on that opportunity because the stock didn't give it to us. Later on, that 10.50 area did give you a possible dip buy support area, where if you were able to punch into it, you got a beautiful move right back to almost 10.90. But if you waited for confirmation on the trades to get in, you got the confirmation around VWAP, so successful hold of VWAP throughout the day. Also happens to be exactly where the stock traded around later on in the day, all day yesterday for NIO. So this range over here, this 1070, 1080 area, showing you clear support of the stock, especially even after the open dumping off, showing you support later on in the day. We can maybe look for some trades off of this area. If tomorrow the stock trades below this 1070, I'm looking for shorts off of that possible position. If we are holding 1070, trading above 1080, pushing 1090, and really testing 11 and looking to break through 11, then I'll take part in that too. Short side is also possible. If we do get below 1070, that's a possible move to the downside there. Dennis Pradman going to North Korea. Not sure what that is. Oh, Dennis Pradman with it. Oh, Dennis Rodman, but Dennis Pradman. Okay, okay. Yeah, I get he's like friends with the South Korean leader, right? Or there's like some joke around or something. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, NIO. We love NIO over here. You know, Sean and I both tried to long it today. Sadly, it didn't work. Later on in the day, though, beautiful trade. XPEV, basically very similar to NIO. They sympathy trade each other most of the time. You'll see one stock doing the exact same thing or pretty similar to what the other one does. So not that much different for this bad boy. Elite Auto would also be looking very similar to that. So maybe you can get the overall idea. If you were to go find trades on these stocks, though, I guess I told you the trade idea already on NIO, and NIO is the one I'm mainly looking for to trade into. I'm not really looking to position into XPEV or Li Auto too much, so that's NIO is going to be the one we love. Kim Jong loves Rodman. Yeah, I've listened to the interviews, the podcast episodes, and so on, and yeah. All right. Next stock on the board over here comes from our Trader TV live watch list. It's actually Affirm. Affirm, insane move today, 10% to the upside, even after going down off the open. Looked very much like how a lot of stocks actually moved today. I mean, the market went down first, and then later on the market with its move. I mean, here's the S&P 500. SPY actually ending positive 0.64. What can we say about that one? And QQQ also ending positive on the day by 0.4. Insane rallies after the drops off the open. I was convinced that the market was maybe breaking 15,100 on the NASDAQ futures and then pushing towards that 15,000 area. But amazing support coming right back in before 15,100 and holding those levels, helping the tech basket rally. Sean actually had a very interesting point. You know, if the big players are thinking that the CPI might come out bad, wouldn't they already start selling their position? Yes. But here's a tin hat conversation. Maybe they're pumping the position, so when CPI comes out bad, the retail traders who got FOMO'd into it today, they can dump it all on them tomorrow. I don't know. I'm just saying tomorrow, obviously, we have to just play the number. Anything is possible. We just got to play the number tomorrow. CPI comes out at 8:30, so you know that I'm going to be sleeping today early. Going to bed early, getting my beauty rest. I need it for this hair, obviously. Getting my beauty sleep in, waking up early, getting ready for that 8:30 possible trade. It could be a nothing burger, that's fine, you know. But your job is to show up. Just show up and be ready. Be at the desk, be at your chair, get ready, be ready for any possible opportunities. And if a trade opportunity shows up at 8:30 tomorrow off the CPI number, if it's a surprise to the upside or a surprise to the downside, we'll be part of it. If it's in line, no real surprise, then maybe a nothing burger and just to sit on the sidelines over there. But I wouldn't sit on the sidelines tomorrow because tomorrow is going to be a very, very active day for this basket of stocks. Activision, EA Sports, Take-Two, Roblox, Unity. I mean, all these stocks had a monster spike to the north side today. Activision breaking past that. I mean, you look at this consolidation off the open for so long, trading in a 10-cent range off the open with no volume at all. And then once the verdict comes out, the volume gets kicked into this position. We start ripping to the upside, taking out all levels. A little bit of a pullback, profit taking most likely. I don't think this is shorts. Profit taking most likely. Breaking out of that level, ripping more to the high side. Insane moves coming in for this bad boy over here. So I'm going to quickly throw some levels. Looking at that area. Also looking at this area over here, which we broke out of, obviously. And this middle area, there's a little bit of a backfill probably has to be tested, meaning, stops getting blown out. Big impulse of buying coming in. So no real testing of volume if there's any buyers in these areas or not has taken place. So there is a possibility for the stock to retrace, get back below 90, test some buyers somewhere around these areas tomorrow, allowing us to get long somewhere in these ranges. We are now very happy with the stock, with the way it's moving. I mean, previously, I can show you my other chart. Previously, this is not the chart I want to show you either, but so let me quickly open this one then. Work chart. All right, here as you guys can see, let's go to the 1-year chart. This was the high that we made when the news first came out that the stock was going to get bought out. The high that it first made was 86.90. Ever since then, they've been having issues that the deal's not going to go through. The deal might fall apart. So ever since then, they've been, pushing to the downside, finding some support around $72, $70 or so, slowly inching back anytime any good catalyst comes out, getting back up there. But anytime a negative catalyst comes out, they immediately drop back down. Here was the nice little grind of a trend line right back into these ranges. But that was the trade right there. The break of 87, 88 area on that stock, giving you that monster move. I mean, look at that, right? Because the previous high on this position when the news originally came out, 86.90, 87, 88 break, giving you that move to $92.91 today. And we are expecting the stock to go to $95 eventually in the span of the next few whenever the deal closes. I don't know when the deal actually closes, maybe a month, maybe 2 months, maybe 5 days, right? We don't know. But as the deal is getting ready to close, we're expecting the stock to get closer and closer to that beautiful $95 per share. And because of Activision, you're watching Take-Two push up to the upside. Here's the Take Two chart today. Take Two pushing up, ending up 4.5%. Right now in the after hours, selling off a bit, sadly, but ripping to the upside, giving you a nice new range to trade with eventually. And we could most likely look for trades off of these ones tomorrow too on EA Sports, on Take Two, and on Unity and Roblox. Thankfully, Unity and Roblox are kind of like in a short float basket. Roblox is, and we checked the numbers for Roblox today. So if we can go to Unity here real quick, that's not the website we want to be on. So let's go to this website, check Unity. Unity only 6%, not that high of a short float either, but okay short float percentage. But the game dev companies all rocking to the upside, and Unity in that same basket. Unity has been rocking recently too with the help of Apple Catalyst, Apple, Disney, Vision Pro, Unity, all these stocks together popped with the Apple Vision Pro Catalyst. So there is a possibility that, with now seeing Activision deal actually might being able to go through, these stocks holding these gains, not that this catalyst is specific to these guys, so they could also retrace from these levels. So I would be very careful. It's not a 100% guarantee that just because Activision got bought out, Unity has to continue going to the upside. But today's move very much looked exactly like a sympathy trade. Here's EA Sports. EA Sports basically did nothing until it popped up exactly like Activision did with the volume coming in later in the day too, and Take Two pretty much doing the same thing also. Did nothing off the open. The volume comes in right at the same time when all of those three stocks start moving. So you could expect the same thing. Here's the change in pace though, because Roblox has been moving all day. Roblox actually dumped off the open a little bit. No, that's wrong. Roblox moved up off the open, came back down, and then started ripping again to the north side exactly at the same time when EA and everything else started going crazy. Roblox actually manages to close that gap eventually for the stock, and the $45 coming into play. We were looking to short this 45 area. You saw me talking about it on stream. We've had that line in that sand for so long about this gap close. So why didn't we trade it? It's because we didn't have an alert. And actually today during my sauna session, I was thinking about how can I get better? I've been missing a lot of trades that I want to trade because I don't have an alert system that I really use. I don't really use alerts, and that's my problem, right? So I need to fix it. So I'm thinking about starting to use alerts on probably trade ideas. So shout out to Trade Ideas. Use code tradertv20 to get 20% off on that bad boy. And shout out to Michael Noss for helping me with the Trade Ideas software every single day. Good night, Fabian. Get home safe, my friend. So where does Roblox go from here? There is a chance that Roblox pops up to 46 or even these highs of 47, 60s, 47, 50s. So there is a good chance that Roblox pops a little bit more to 46, 47, 50 area before we see a beautiful short opportunity. So you might want to be careful. But today's move, the fact that the stock was not able to close above 45, we pulled back into the range over here of the gap. And now we're trying to look to use 42.60 area as support. Maybe 42.60 comes into play tomorrow for a dip buy on Roblox. We could try some longs off of that position. And if 42.50 area doesn't hold, possible shorts off of that area too. We'll be watching all of these stocks moving around. The gaming sector looks very, very interesting to me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very interested in the gaming sector. And it is 4:20, so let's hit you with...
If you're enjoying this video, please take a second and hit the like and subscribe on this channel. And never forget, do not put pineapple on your pizza.
Do not put pineapple on your pizza. Shout out to Neil. Neil over there having his vacation, enjoying it. I don't know if you guys saw his beach vacation picture. I think he was complaining about how the market was moving in a way that it shouldn't have been moving because he wasn't here. But no, he should not even be looking. He should have just been enjoying it. People saying SOS still going in the after hours. So here's SOS. Apparently the stock was moving intraday today, and you're not wrong. I mean, 31% is where it closed, but it was up much further than 31% off the open, ripped to the north side. 11 million shares came into play today overall on the stock. But right now, after close, it is trying to still continue to go to the upside. So yeah, SOS can't stop at the moment, but not too much volume coming in the after hours. So not really looking too excited on this one. Let's pull the stock up on the longer time frame. Wow, what even is this stock? So if we do continue to stay above $8.15, maybe there is something to this to the upside. It's another Chinese stock that's been going crazy. We've seen a couple stocks do this, PWM to be specific. Back in the past, AMTD, MEGL, HKD, take your picks, right? TOPS, take your picks. There's so many of these stocks moving around. People saying EOLX more interesting. Let's go take a look at EOLX. EOLX about to give you that triple top over here. Somewhere around this area. Let's look at that flat 10. You're telling me it's moving in the after hours. So there we go. We're already above 10. Today's rejection was that $10 area, that triple top or so. But monster breakout of 10 right now coming in. A little bit more volume than the other stock that you guys were just calling out. A little bit more volume on ELOX coming in, breaking past 10, going up to $12. If we were to go to the daily chart, what kind of trades can we find on this position? Looks like there's a nice gap close over here on EOLX up to $15. So that's something to look out for. Right here. Looks like there's a little bit of a gap close coming in up to 15 bucks. We dropped down over here not too long ago on the 13th of September. 9th should be September. And ever since then, we've been pushing down. Is that the all-time low? Let's quickly go check on this chart. So that is, yeah, 1520. We are here, $10. We break that $10 right now. We're moving to the upside. Possible level incoming around here. We can even put that right here, actually, kind of right there. I like that. 1288 coming into play. I'm going to put a line over here just to be safe, even though we weren't really looking at that level right now, because in the after hours we're well above it. So these are the areas that I'd be interested in seeing how the stock behaves. $13, $15, $20, and the 10. Obviously, in the after hours, you're watching that 10 break. We're now kind of rejecting slightly below that 1288. Looking to see if buyers can come in. Not really seeing that just yet on that position. Obviously, after hours, lack of volume. You don't really expect too much volume to come into the after hours. Prad, your hair is shining, bro. My scalp was on fire, mate, but I'm glad that you guys enjoy it. Haha, nice, Prad. I had ELOX chart today. Sounds like Elon should pump. I like it. It does sound like Elon for sure. Okay, where are we going through? The next stock on the board over here from ELOX is, I want to go to maybe the chip sector. The chip sector, a little bit sour on the day for me for AMD. You know, AMD down point to almost 2% on the day. But this is what we talked about. You know, we talked about AMD finding a new range to trade in after closing the gap. We gapped up. We gapped back down. We closed the gap. Sorry, not gap back down. We closed the gap. And now we are expecting AMD to find this range to trade in. So anytime AMD comes down to this 107, 106s, I'm looking for longs. Anytime AMD pushes up to 115, 116s, I'm looking for shorts. Giving you that trade in the middle. I'm not really looking to diddle over there, right? I'm just going to wait on the extreme corners to see what kind of trades come in. And if the extreme corners show me no support or no resistances, then we're looking to break out of those, then I'll just simply take that breakout. So AMD at the moment is a no-hands trade for me, but there are opportunities for you guys over there. Hopefully swing traders over there taking advantage of this beautiful ranges that AMD has been presenting us for quite some time now. Coming to NVIDIA, we guys know how that 400 level has been very important, and that 420 level. Today, closing still above 420. I think we didn't even get a chance to look at 420 during intraday to look at. So let me quickly get to the 5-minute chart here. Yeah, 420 almost came into play. I think the lower day, if I remember, was 420.50, 420.49 or so. So not really coming into to help us up on the support over there on 420 for NVIDIA and ripping to the north side. Once again, holding itself up in the positive direction at 0.53% on day for NVIDIA. So congratulations for everybody involved in the stock still. Sadly, AMD is the cheaper, not cheaper, the weaker chip stock at the moment. Let's also go take a quick look at Intel, which was strong on the day today, 1.17% up, $33.30. Like, woo-wee, Intel up. Micron also up on the day. So let's quickly go take a look at Micron. Up 1.7% also. So both of these stocks looks like they want to continue ripping. They don't want to stop anytime soon, ladies and gentlemen. Intel and Micron, though, what kind of levels can we find on these stocks? Let's go check them out. Now, you guys know how important that 64 was it or 68? I forget. I think it was 68. Okay, I think it was 64 then. How important the 64 level was to the upside before and then to the downside once. We had that short over here. We had that long over here too. The stock is getting back towards that 64 area. So we'll be watching that 64 area without doubt tomorrow. If it does come into play on Micron, we'll smack that shorts off of it or even longs off of that level. Let's see how Micron moves around. Chip sector always in play every single day. So we love watching that. I mean, you know, you see Sean trading AMD and NVIDIA almost every other day. But it's not like every other day that we trade. Good night, Sean. But it's not every other day that we trade like, you know, your Mullins or your Rivians or so on. It's only when there's a catalyst and there's volume behind it. But thankfully, your chip sector always in play, especially ever since that AI craziness has been coming into these positions. So shout out to our friends over here at the chip stock sector. Make sure you're watching SOXX or SMH or SOXL and SOXS. If you ever feel like trading semiconductors, pretty good idea to have the barometer up on your charts for sure. Trust me, it will show you where the positions are being shifted at the moment on a broader market or sector frame instead of just that one position itself that you're absolutely stuck on. All right. Let's see what stocks else that we have on our watch list. We do have Coinbase and cryptocurrencies and so on. So for that, I'm going to go to this bad boy and check out what Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin is up 0.55% on the day. It was at one point red. At one point, Bitcoin was red, but now we're, you know, up 0.5 on the day. But the more insane part of the move today was actually Coinbase. Coinbase with the monster rally, I mean, almost 10% to the upside closing. It did rip, I think, at one point, like 11, 13%, if I remember, going past $90. Like, there's no more levels that I see on the stock past 87.63. Look where the support came in intraday later on. Insane. This is the level. This is where the level comes from, right there. So I had no more levels on the stock past 87.63, and that's exactly where the support comes in after hours on this position. We gotta love seeing things like that. Prashadamas lines always come into play. So let's watch for support maybe to come back in around this 87.50s for Coinbase. Do we retest 90 tomorrow? Does Bitcoin continue ripping up to the north side? Does it continue helping Mara? I can't type. Does it continue helping Mara also, which is, these stocks are insane. 2% now, or 3%, sorry, technically, pushing the upside. $17 and $18 holding. I was so interested in looking for shorts after $15, $16 on Mara. I'm shocked at the moment. I'm absolutely shocked. I guess I shouldn't be, right? I guess I shouldn't be, because these stocks are insane every single day, getting ready to most likely go back to that $18 at this point. I used to think SMH was shaking my head. It was, for the most part. It still is. Depends on who you're talking to. If you're talking to a stock market guy, SMH might mean shake my head, or semiconductor industry ETF. Got distracted by the silver shiny little thing over here. All right. So we looked at Mara. The next one on board is Sofi. So let's go take a look at Sofi. Sofi had a pretty insane rally today. I think what $9 coming into play, 4% to the upside. We could expect more moves to come into Sofi in the after hours over here. So we'll be watching this position. A little bit lighter on the volume in the after hours already. I could see that without even having to go to the 1 minute or the 5 minute chart. So there we go. It's like so very choppy. And okay, let's see how the stock traded today. 920 rejected. Okay, is 920 somewhat of a level in the past? Should have more lines here on Sofi. Oh wow, that's way too many lines. Let's zoom in over here a little bit. We'll go back here. Okay, so as you guys can see right now, we kind of have this range around 950-ish and 790, 780 area on Sofi. It is up pretty decent on the day, 4.13% on the day. So, you know, no complaints on that side from Sofi. But where do we see the stock going? I mean, the Biden's rule or Biden's bye cat, good night, get home safe. The whole Biden thing is a good catalyst overall for Sofi. I believe so, but let me see. Let's see if this camera angle is good. Why is this not working? Oh wait, that's right. Let's see if this one works. Oh, it doesn't work that way. Okay. So I have to sit back down. Oh, I was trying to see if I could do a standing desk for you guys. But nope, sitting back down. Okay. Sofi, I mean, it's so hard to be bullish on this stock for me, even after being a long-term investor. I think my average prices, I'll show you what my average price is right now. Sofi, let's go to the 1 year chart, zoom out, and my average price is 13.52. So right around these areas, right around the IPO days when I bought this position. I talk a lot about how I like IPO ranges. So let's actually zoom into Sofi on the IPO day. Put some levels down over here for you guys. Some new fresh lines on the chart. Some instead of constantly looking at the old lines that I have over there. Maybe giving us a new idea, a better, clearer idea of what's actually going on this position. So as you guys can see right there, around that IPO high and around these bottoms is where I bought some positions on SOFI. And ever since then, my money has been flying away from my pocket, that's for sure, right? It's been dropping and dropping and dropping. The Biden administration coming out and saying we're going to help out the student loans and so on, and that kind of crashed the stock a little bit more. Now we're coming back up a little bit. Earnings plays are coming in. I think they said they're going to start being profitable very soon. Let's quickly go to Finviz to go confirm if that is true. Do they have a forward PE? They do have a forward PE, but it is ridiculously high. 223. If you look at the chart right now, it's already creating somewhat of a lower lows coming in, but not really lower highs coming in, but not really lower lows yet. I would love to be bullish on Sofi, but I think this $10, $11 area is acting as a barrier. You might want to be very careful with how you're positioning yourself on Sofi for sure, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not looking to be overly bullish on this stock, especially for a day trade. Looking at this trend maybe to come into play. Let's throw that line somewhat like here. That trend rejection to somewhat come into play, and also why is this so zoomed in? Zoom out. But that, yeah, I'm not too overly excited to trade Sofi. I never am. Not as a day trade. Not as a day trade for me. Roku, which I think we talked about briefly, partnership with Shopify. giving it a nice little pop-up right back into previous earnings high. Range is coming into play. Here's a solid support on Roku. I'm just trying to find a good candle to ping it off of. There we go. Solid support coming on Roku near $60. We did dip under 60 for a brief period, but right back above 50 we go for the same stock. Next question is, does 90 come into play? I'm going to be a little question mark over here as to how important is it to buy stuff from a TV? I guess it's cool, but are you really like buying stuff using a TV, or are you using a TV to watch TV? I don't know. It's just Roku pulling another gimmick over here, trying to get some sort of an excitement in investors maybe. I think it's a gimmick. I honestly think it's a gimmick. QTV is different. I mean, are you watching QTV, Pena? Are you watching QTV? I'm not. Is my mom watching QTV? Maybe sometimes I catch her watching it, and then I immediately tell her, Mom, turn that garbage off and don't watch it, because they're just selling you absolute trash. They're selling you absolute trash that doesn't work. So I think it's a gimmick. I think it's a gimmick, and that was a joke I was making to Brendo right before he was leaving. I was like, who's the people who will actually buy off of TV? Older people who watch like QTV and get scammed into buying those coins and those collectibles and so on. I'm not... QTV stuff be good. I mean, yeah, what's her name? Lori Grenier, the queen of QTV. Also Shark Tank, on Shark Tank with our boy Kevin O'Leary. Yeah, I get it. But I'm not on QTV, man. I want something bought. I go to YouTube. I look at reviews on there. I go directly to Amazon, or I go directly to the products and I buy from there. This is a gimmick for me. I'm not using this. And I'm thinking about how many people of my age and my technology weight class, to put it in a way, because anyone who uses technology the way I do, they're not using a Roku box or a Roku TV to buy off of Shopify. I promise you that. I promise you that. So I'm very I'm putting a big question mark over here on this catalyst. Monster move on it today, though, right back into previous resistances. We're looking for possible, or at least I should not say we. I am looking for rejection off of this areas, giving us a short right back to the downside. I'm also never bullish about Roku. You guys know how I think Roku is an absolute useless product. It's a great product for obviously people who struggle with technology, especially like maybe parents, grandparents, and so on. I get that point, but my parents, I taught them how to use everything technology based, and they're amazing with it. My grandpa too, he uses a laptop and he watches stuff on YouTube like perfectly fine. So he's chilling. So I know if my grandpa doesn't need Roku, nobody in this world needs Roku, man. Trust me. So I'm never bullish about it. And Peloton is in the same basket for me, but it's not on our watch list today. Not on our watch list, but Roku is. I'm looking for shorts off of this area, but let's say Pratt is wrong. It's possible. Very much possible. Let's say Pratt is wrong. Where could Roku go to? We could see Roku ripping past off of this area and maybe start playing with some of these ranges over here. 85, 90, some of these areas to the upper side. Today's high, $77. Today's low, $68.30. I'm expecting, the stock to come back to this area high, maybe somewhere around 66. No shot. What is that? That's lower than where the stock even traded today. Yeah, it's lower than where the stock even traded today. Maybe we actually drop down to somewhere around these areas over here. You know, these lows / these highs come into play. That happens to be $70, $71, $70 expecting to be coming back into play for ROKU. A little bit of a drop in the after hours, not too much, only 3 pennies drop, and it's a 0.04 move overall. So yeah, that's that. People in the chat also saying, I use Apple TV Seamless with iTunes account. That makes more sense to me than Roku. Think about it. A lot of people out there use Apple. My dad is a big Apple lover. Everything he uses has to be Apple. My sister back in India loves Apple. Everything she touches has to be Apple. Everyone in my family, technically, except for me and my brother, are big Apple fiends. They got sucked into that Apple ecosystem. You're telling me that this person sucked into this Apple ecosystem is going to buy a Roku? They're going to buy an Apple TV. You know why? Because eventually you're going to be able to pair in that Apple TV with your Apple Vision Pro and not even have a TV in front of you. You don't even need a TV. You just strap on this $3,000 headset. Correct me, sorry, $3,500 USD headset. You don't need a TV. The wall in front of you is the TV. Your surroundings are the TV. And your box is an Apple internet with an Apple TV box, with an iTunes account, with the Apple Plus account. You know, the whole ecosystem. You're telling me Roku has a chance against Apple in this battle? Because you're creating a TV handler while Apple is trying to eliminate TV out of your room. Apple is literally trying to destroy TVs from living rooms. So, hey man, good luck. Good luck trying to keep making systems for the TV. It's going to be obsolete. It's already obsolete in my house, I'll tell you that. The only people who use TV in my house are my mom and my dad. Everybody else is on the computers at all times. So TV is obsolete in my house. I saw a little short recently about, you know, the living room is dying or something like that. I forget where that one's from. So, hey, man, good luck to Roku in the future. If there was ever a better short that I called, well, I know which one that was. That was actually Peloton. But it was Roku along with it. Roku, Peloton, Zoom were my 3 most hated stocks back in the day. Right now, obviously, at their levels, I can't really hate on them as much. But Roku, Zoom, and Peloton, at the prices they were, my 3 most hated stocks in the day, and those shorts, you see how they played out, man. Monster moves to the downside on all these stocks for anyone that took it. iPhone is a TV. I mean, there you go. There you go. Pat is bullish on Apple. I've been bullish on Apple, bro. I love Apple as what they do for technology, for what they do with the, you know, concepts, how they game break the whole, look at that, after the close, how they game break the whole technology space with music. I mean, everyone used to walk around with 2 devices, a phone and a Walkman, right? And then a phone and an iPod. And then eventually, now your phone's everything. I mean, Apple was a big game changer to all that. And now they're trying to game change earpods. I mean, look, we would not have had these headphones, and shout out to Sony for sending me a replacement headphones for free. We would have not had these headphones if it wasn't for, you know, Apple AirPods. I promise you that. So Apple's a great company. What is my beef with Apple? It's that closed loop system that they keep trying to create. You know how much better technology would have advanced, how much faster technology could have advanced if they were just going that Google route, just going that open source system, not making proprietary everything, and just allowing people to kind of working with them. Because that's what Google did, allow people to work with them, kind of bought people out too and everything. I think Apple could have done much more, but doing this closed loop system, I'm not a closed loop system guy at all. I want an open loop. I want that open source, work with each other, be nice with each other, right? And Apple's not that type of company. We've seen that happen. They just want to take over. Do it, take over. I'll be a fan, but I'll never be a product user. I'm sorry. I'll never be a product user. Coming back to, wrong screen over here. Coming back to the market for the last few positions over here that I want to take a look at is actually going to be Carvana and AI. Let's quickly run through Carvana and AI. You saw your boy Maximilian, the demon himself, absolutely slay this position one more time, taking that breakouts, running it up north turbo. And where is the stops for this train? I have no clue, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, the squeeze just keeps on squozing every single day. We did show you that the calendar over here tells us the stocks, most stocks, short flow numbers should update tomorrow after hours, or oh, sorry, not after hours. I don't know what time actually, but they should update tomorrow, the short flow numbers. So Carvana short flowed could go lower. We've seen the number being up to 60% before, so let's quickly show you that number also. CVNA. 60% short float, anywhere from 40 to 60% short float. That number is now being expected to drop down much lower for this stock. Let's quickly go also look at where the IPO levels are on this position. 12 to this, and we're well above it. So yeah, ignore that, never mind. Let's go to the 5-minute chart, and that's right back where we are. And now we reset it to the 1-year chart. I'm looking for the $40 area now at this point. I mean, that's the only target on Carvana that is left. I mean, burn these shorts absolutely to the ground, right? Even though I short very often, when I see things like these happen, yeah, burn those shorts or run them to the ground, push these positions to the upside. Let's get long, baby, but I like it. Let's keep on running it, maybe. Carvana, I'm sure Max loves the stock way too much at this point. He would marry it if he had the chance to. His girlfriend might be jealous of Carvana, I'm telling you that. AI, man. AI is also another stock that Max loves trading. I would love to have Max on this 4 o'clock podcast one day. I think we all could learn a lot from listening to what that man's been through in his trading journey, all the way from back in the day when he used to trade by himself, and now on the floor, and now where he's like every single day just, you know, #1 on the floor. So congratulations to Max with his amazing trading career so far. AI is a stock that he pointed out today. It wasn't on my radar. Neither was Carvana, I'll be honest. Neither of them were on my radar, but he pointed out AI. I took that 42 break AI, saw that tape dry out near 42.50, punched out for that win. Later on, we did see that stock come back to the downside. So these stocks we will take a look at, see what happens on C3 AI and Carvana. Maybe we do get more squeeze pump actions to the north side on these stocks. Not too long ago, the squeeze game was on AMC, GME, and everything, but right now, it's these bad boys, Carvana, AI. Gotta love the squeeze play every single time. Bears versus Bull, if I have missed any super chats or any important questions, please help me out by sending it on Twitter. I would appreciate that. In the meantime, I'm going to quickly head over to, as we only have about 10 minutes or so of the show here, show you the economic calendar one more time. 8:30 tomorrow, CPI, the core CPI. Pretty important economic data. Mark the FBI and the FBI. The FOMC. I'm tired. Forgive me. The FOMC and the market pretty much looks at this number pretty keenly to see how the market or inflation rates should be fought against, right? And if the interest rate needs to be hiked up or not, or does it need to be paused, or can it be paused? Can it be cut eventually going forward? So all these things can be taken a look at by looking at core CPI and other important numbers too, like PPI, PMI, unemployment numbers, jobless claims. Recently, the jobless claims numbers came out and showed you that the market was resilient, not really wanting to slow down by any means, which the economy needs, sadly. So core CPI could come in a little bit hotter. If core CPI comes in hotter, but with a surprise, they're expecting, where is it? Previous was 5.3. They're expecting a 5.0. Let's say it comes in anywhere from 5 to 5.3. I don't think we are expecting too much of a crazy move, but we could see a little bit selling coming in. Anything above 5.3, I will be absolutely ecstatic to start shorting the market, right? Anything over 5.3, I'm going to be looking to short the crap out of the market, because that's a huge surprise. We are now higher than the previous CPI. And that's a huge surprise on the market. Anything between 5 to 5.3 is kind of a nothing burger to me, because I've seen this market at this point not sell off to any negative news, right? Any negative news, the market opens off downwards and then rips to the north side, or ends flat, or has a crazy V-shaped reversal. So I am not falling for that trap. If we are between 5 to 5.3 on the year-over-year CPI number, then I'm just going to be like, whatever, right? If we are now below 5%, that's a huge surprise beat to the upside for the market. So if we do beat for below 5.0, we're looking for longs over there for the year-over-year. Now the CPI month-over-month, which is apparently weighted a little bit more. The core CPI, sorry, I'm not talking about CPI. The core CPI, which is weighted a little bit more on the importance scale over here. 0.3 expected, 0.4 last. Let's say anywhere between, well, it's only 0.3, 0.4. If we do get below 0.3, looks good. If we do get above 0.4, it looks bad. And here's the core, just CPI, year over year, month over month. 3.1 expected, 4 was the last one, 0.3 forecasted, and the previous one was 0.1. So they're expecting CPI already to get a little bit hotter month over month. But does the year over year cool off? And they are expecting that cool off to happen by a 0.9% scale for year over year on CPI. So we'll watch how market moves around. Brad, look at Save up 25% in 30 days. Yeah, that's the deal with the JetBlue. Sadly, though, airlines have been getting crashed for the recent time scale. JetBlue and American Airlines and so on. I don't have time to look at more stocks for you, sadly, and nor are these stocks too much important to me. I mean, they're just getting rejected on these scale. Save is also on that same buyout area, so I'm not touching Save until they figure out what they want to do with this airline. Are they going to buy it out? Are they not going to buy it out? For those of you who are interested on these trades, I will quickly give you some levels. If Save actually manages to get back above $20, there's some longs over there for you without doubt. JetBlue coming in with downgrades today, so a little bit of a down move over there. Jets as an ETF today was positive because American Airlines came out with good earnings report not too long ago, and their earnings report's coming up again recently on the 20th of July. So another earnings date coming up for American Airlines. So watch out for this stock. You know, they keep saving the market. UAL, DAL, also DAL and AAL are very bullish at the moment. They've been the one with the catalyst with each other. And JBlue obviously not able to get the closed deal with the SAVE, and SAVE keeps popping up based on random moves over here. Yeah, it's moving up pretty drastically, but no trades for me on these stocks just yet. CCL and RCL can be in those baskets too. Coming back to what I was doing, instead of looking at more stocks because I have some things to do here, looking at the economic data. 10:30, you have the crude oil inventories. If you're trading oil stocks, you might want to take a look at the number coming out 10:30. And if you get caught off guard at 10:30, you know why. Fed member Kashkari coming out at 9:45. So watch out for that one. After core CPI at 8:30 and 15 minutes into the open, he's going to come and mess with the market a little bit. So be careful about those moves coming in. Beige book at 2 o'clock. And Fed member Mester coming in at 4 o'clock by that time the market closes. So it doesn't really matter on that point. Let's quickly head over to this scanner to see if we missed out any movers. ENOB, a penny stock moving with 1.9 million shares. 68% pump up, but penny stock. So I'm going to quickly run past that stock. CVKD apparently moved up. Don't see any news on it. 1.4 million shares traded. 45.4% pop on that one. CVKD. Cardinal Therapeutics and a 35% pop in the after hours. Let's quickly, oh yeah, my after hours is turned off over here. So let's go over here, CVKD. Let's go to the 5-minute real quick. There we go, popped up to 4, trading near $3 or so. And if that's the case, let's go back here. Popped up to 4. Ooh, this is a recent IPO. Got to put this one on the watch list. Rejected IPO lows. Basically rejected IPO lows. Popped up to $4. Here's the IPO ranges. Monster, what is it? How much volume was this? 1 million. How much volume was this? 6 million. Pretty decent volume in the after hours, allowing the stock to get back into these IPO ranges over here for CVKD. I'm going to put this on the watch list over here for sure to maybe get an idea of what could be happening on this position. So watch out for this one moving around. You might even see it on the Trader TV watch list, so make sure you sign up to that one. Don't really see anything else. ELOX, we talked about that. COX, COTY, no volume coming in, no volume on SOS either. That's why I tried to stay away from those positions. Yeah, it moved up a little bit, but ELOX is actually doing something, and ELOX is share spike high for Ado Pharmaceuticals. I'm guessing that's ELOX overall. 1.2 million shares. A lot of volume coming in the after hours, pumping in 51% to the north side. That stock for sure will be on the watch list too. So let's quickly show you that one right here. These are the levels. I'm going to put this one on my watch list to the side so I have it remembered. And that's all the movers that we see so far. Sadly, SRFM did not IPO, so we'll just wait for that one. APGE looks like a decent IPO coming out on the 14th of July, so we'll wait for that day to come in closer. No real earnings dates just yet. Tomorrow being Wednesday. Okay, tomorrow's CPI day. Tomorrow being Wednesday, we do have a couple stocks coming out with earnings, but nothing really too important or something that we have traded before. So we're going to ignore those stocks on the watch list. And last but not least, with CPI coming out tomorrow, these numbers could change. This numbers right now is what you're looking at on the screen is actually the prediction tool for how much the FOMC is going to raise interest rate by. And they're expecting a 0.25% rate hike. And they're expecting that to be at a 92% probability. So pretty much locking in a 0.25 rate hike. But tomorrow's CPI could sway this number. So we'll watch this number more closely as we get into that point. It looks like everything that I wanted to hit on has been hit. And we appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out every single day on the wonderful after party show, as I call it. I like calling it the after party show. So thank you for joining the after party. I'm your DJ Trader Prad, and I'm your MC Trader Prad. Hopefully you found some trades. Hopefully you found some levels interesting to be part of. As always, the after close show is brought to you by Day Trade the World. Make sure you go check out DTTW to learn more about the #1 prop firm out there. You can work for a floor like ours that you see behind the show from 8:30 to 4 o'clock by going to DTTW.com, or you can open one yourself. Email marketing at DTTW.com, I believe, or daytradetheworld.com to learn more about it. Thank you, everyone, for coming in once again. I will see you tomorrow on the midday show at 11 with Obi-Wan Kenobi, who's right now making some notes with his partner in crime, Jose. We will be back at 11, and I will be back again here at 4 o'clock with you. Have a great CPI day. Be patient. Don't pull the trigger impatiently, and make that bank. Peace.